Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to the today's class where we are going to learn about the rust and smut fungi similarities and differences. As we all know that these rust and smut fungi are very important, causing economically important diseases in the croplands. So before going into the main topic, that is comparison between the rust and smut fungi, first let us see where these rust and smut fungi were placed in Ainsworth classification. Most of the people used to follow Ainsworth classification, hence I am going to show the same here. Here in Ainsworth classification, mainly this phylum Basidiomycota divided into three classes, that is Teleomycetes, Hymenomycetes and Gasteromycetes. And under class Teleomycetes, these rust and smut fungi were placed. That is, class Teleomycetes was further divided into Uridinales and Eustylazinales, where rust fungi were included in the order Uridinales and smut fungi were included in the order Eustylazinales. This Uridinales, that is rust fungi, was further divided into two families. One is Pucciniaceae and second is Melamseraceae. In Pucciniaceae, the teleospores are pedicellate, that is they are having stalk-like structure. For example, Puccinia. In case of Melamseraceae, they used to produce sessile teleospores. Example, Melamsora. And Eustylazinales, that is smut fungi, also further divided into two families, that is Eustylazinaceae and Tiliaceae. So, these rust fungi and smut fungi are placed in class Teleomycetes. So, we have to remember that rust fungi and smut fungi placed under the class Teleomycetes. Okay. So now let us see the similarities and dissimilarities between rust and smut fungi. First, coming to the systematic position, we will discuss as a different characters between rust and smuts. First one is the systematic position. Rust fungi are placed under the order Uridinales, whereas smut fungi placed under Eustylazinales. And rust used to affect the foliar parts, that is leaves, stem and petiole, whereas smut fungi infect floral parts. And different type of symptoms produced by rust and smuts. Rust used to produce reddish brown colored pustules, whereas smut fungi used to convert the ovaries into black sooty like structure, that is it is a mass of black powder. Rust are obligate parasites. That means they used to survive on the living plant, whereas smut are facultative saprophytes. That means they used to survive in the living plant and also they obtain nutrients from the dead organic matter. Coming to the term polymorphism, rust fungi are polymorphic in nature. That means they used to produce different type of spores. That's why they are polymorphic in nature, whereas smut fungi do not produce many types of spores. And let us see the spores later. And production of spores, how they used to produce. Rust are autoecious or heteroecious in nature. Autoecious means they used to produce all the spores on the same host plant. So that nature is known as autoecious in nature. And also heteroecious. That means some species are heteroecious in nature. That is, they used to produce on different host plants. For example, in case of autoecious fungi, we can take the Melamsera linea, that is linseed rust, where it produces all types of spores in the single plant. For heteroecious nature, we can take the example of Puccinia graminis formal species Tritici, which can produce the spores on wheat and barberry plants. Smuts are autoecious in nature. That is, they used to produce all types of spores, whatever they used to produce on the same host plant. And here rust, these spores are produced in different mycelium. Here secondary mycelium will take. How many types of mycelium are present in this Basidiomycetes? There are three types of mycelium: primary mycelium, secondary mycelium, and tertiary mycelium. And these things I explained in my previous lectures. So here we will see that secondary mycelium is to produce three types of spores. In case of rust fungi, these are iridospores, teletospores, and achiospores. Entire life cycle of rust fungi mainly consists of five types of spores, that is Spermatia, iridospores, teletospores, achiospores, and basidiospores. In case of smut fungi, secondary mycelium produces chlamydospores. These chlamydospores are also known as teletospores. Entire life cycle of smut fungi consists of only two spores, that is chlamydospores and basidiospores. That is, rust fungi are placed under, just we will rewind these 7 points before going to the next slides. Rust fungi are placed under the order Uridanales, smut fungi placed under the order Eustylaginales, and rust fungi produce reddish brown colored pustules on the foliar parts like leaves, stem, and petioles, whereas smut fungi convert the ovaries of the flower into a mass of black powder. And rust are obligate parasites, whereas mud are facultative saprophytes. And rust fungi produce different type of spores, usually 5 types of spores, on either on the similar host or different host. If they are produced on the same host, they are known as autoecious rust fungi, whereas if the rust fungi produce on two different hosts, that is heteroecious rust fungi. And smut fungi produce two types of spores in the life cycle, that is chlamydospores and basidiospores. They used to produce on the same host gland. That's why smut fungi are known as autoecious in nature. And other differences are teletospores are, they used to be terminal and one or two celled, and they may possess either stalk or sessile. If they are having stalk, we already saw the example Puccinia, and sessile in case of Melamsora. And in case of smut fungi, teletospores are produced intercalary in the secondary mycelium, and they used to be one celled and sessile in nature. Coming to the next spores, basidiospores. Basidiospores produced on sterigmata, and they are violently discharged. Generally, basidiospores are 4 in number. So, rust fungi also consist of 4 basidiospores. But basidia is absent in both rust and smuts. We have to remember those important characters which I already discussed in my previous lectures. In case of smut fungi, basidiospores are sessile in nature and they are not violently discharged. Violently discharged mechanism, what we called, that is Buller's drop mechanism. But in case of smut fungi, they are not discharged violently and they are 4 to many, that is indefinite number of basidiospores are produced in smut fungi. Coming to the sex organs, in case of smut fungi, there are no special sex organs, whereas in rust fungi, receptive hyphae act as a female sex organ and spermatia act as a male sex organ. And last character is the dikaryoticization, that is doubling of the nucleus, that is n plus n, where what is the how it will takes place means, in case of rust fungi it takes place through spermatization, whereas in smut dikaryoticization takes place through fusion of two basidia or basidiospores or conidia or promycelium. These are the 11 similarities and dissimilarities between the rust and smut fungi. And if you are like this video, please share with your friends. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe to my channel for more videos. And thank you for your keen interest in this video, and remember to like and subscribe for more videos. I wish you great success, health, prosperity and happiness. Thank you.